The Promise Part 22 love story. Mr. Lee wrapped his arms around Chris, expressing his gratitude for such a beautiful and memorable surprise. He then asked Chris if he could go and share the news with Lena. Chris laughed, saying he hoped Lena wouldn't be let down. Mr. Lee reassured him, saying he'd present it in a way that Lena would really appreciate. Before parting ways, Chris reminded Mr. Lee not to forget about his upcoming appointment. He mentioned that the guy in the office would be expecting him on Monday, and everything would be sorted out on the same day. Feeling a happiness he had never experienced before, "I'm just a call away, Mr. Lee. Anything you ever need, reach me directly on that number." When Mr. Lee stepped out into the night air, his heart was full. The city lights shimmered against the wet pavement as he crossed the street toward Lena's apartment. She heard a knock and, smiling, hurried to the door, expecting to see Chris. But when she opened it, she froze for a second, surprised to find Mr. Lee standing there. "Mr. Lee?" she said, her voice soft but warm. He smiled in that fatherly way of his. "My dear Lena, you look more radiant every day. I hope you've been resting well." "Thank you, sir," she said shyly, stepping aside. "Please, come in." He entered, his eyes moving over the tidy room before settling on her again. "I won't stay long," he began kindly. "I came to tell you something important. I'll be recommending you for another job, but this one's in Florida. It's a beautiful province, warm and peaceful. I think you'll love it." Lena blinked in surprise. "Florida?" she repeated softly. "But what about Chris?" Mr. Lee smiled knowingly. "I already spoke to him. He said it depends only on whether you accept. The rest he'll take care of." A faint blush rose on Lena's cheeks. She looked down for a moment, smiling shyly. "He's a good man," Mr. Lee said gently. "Treasure him." Lena nodded, her voice quiet. "I know. He's been more than I ever expected." Mr. Lee leaned forward slightly. "About the housing there. Everything's already arranged. You'll be sharing the same apartment with Chris. It's furnished, safe, and comfortable." Her eyes widened a little. "Really? And what about the payment?" He smiled. "It's twice what you've been earning here. A fresh start for both of you." Lena's face lit up with gratitude. She stepped forward and hugged him tightly. "Thank you, Mr. Lee. Thank you so much. How soon can we go?" Mr. Lee chuckled softly. "As soon as you want, my dear." She smiled brightly. "Then I'll tell Chris right away." He nodded, adjusting his coat. "Good. And don't worry about me. I'll finally take a long rest in South Korea. 6 months, maybe more. I think I've earned that." Lena smiled, her heart full. "You deserve it, Mr. Lee. Thank you for everything." As he stepped out, she stood by the door for a moment, watching him disappear down the hallway. Her heart raced, not just with excitement about Florida, but with something deeper. "Chris!" Lena's voice came through with a rush of energy. "Mr. Lee was just here. He told me everything about the cafe, about not working there anymore. He even mentioned Florida. Did you hear from him?" Chris leaned back on the couch, his tone calm and warm. "Yes, Lena. He called me right after leaving your place. And yes, the Florida offer is real. I've been checking everything myself. It's quiet, warm, and peaceful there. The weather's good all year." "You mean we could really go?" she asked, her voice rising in disbelief. Chris smiled. "If possible, yes. We can even fly out tomorrow. It's only about 2.5 hours from here. You just need to bring your passport so we can book the tickets tonight." Lena gasped softly. "Tomorrow? Chris, are you serious?" "Absolutely," he said, chuckling. "I've already checked the weather forecast. It's perfect this weekend. It's the best time to go." Her excitement spilled over instantly. "Tomorrow!" she shouted through the phone, laughing with joy. "Oh my God, Chris, I'm so happy for that." Chris winced and laughed at the same time, holding the phone away from his ear. "Lena, my ear nearly exploded," he said jokingly. "You just turned happiness into thunder." She burst out laughing. "I can't help it. You don't understand. This feels like a dream. Florida! I've never even been on a flight that far." Chris smiled, leaning forward on his knees. "Then this will be your first one with me," he said warmly. "And don't worry about the expenses. We don't care about that. What matters is the experience, the peace, and you getting some rest. Lena grew quiet for a moment, her voice softer now. You really thought this through, didn't you? I did, Chris admitted. I've been planning it for a while. You need to breathe again, Lena. You've been working too hard for too long. Florida will do you good. She exhaled deeply, still smiling. You have no idea how happy this makes me. So I just bring my passport, right? Exactly, Chris said. Bring your passport and come over here. We'll book the tickets together. And since tomorrow is Saturday, we can leave first thing in the morning if you're ready. Lena giggled. Tomorrow? I still can't believe this. Chris, this is the best news I've heard in years. I'm glad, he said softly. Now come over. There's a lot we need to talk about before the trip. She hesitated, then asked shyly, Should I wear something nice tonight? You mentioned going out before. Chris grinned. Wear whatever you want, Lena. Even if it's not warm. We'll take a taxi. No buses tonight. She laughed. That sounds like a date. Maybe it is, he said playfully. And hey, bring that smile with you.